Hello everyone, welcome back to Tenet, the show review both new and older movies. This is Gino.
This is Roberto.
This is Ricardo.
America.
And Gio.
And here we are for Christmas time. I don't have my background this time, so mind the curtains and my Christmas plant.
We're in the spirit.
See?
Wearing the little Santa hat.
Ew.
What are you doing?
Myra is joining us today.
Oh, hi, Elvira.
Well, we went from Halloween to Christmas, so that makes sense. It makes sense. So I want to talk about what I watched this week, and you guys are gonna be shocked. I originally wanted to pick this as my pick for next year, but now after watching this, I don't want to do that. I watched Stop or My Mom Will Shoot.
Oh my
Sylvester
god.
Stallone.
That classic.
What?
That classic.
Is that the title?
That's the title. Stop or My Mom Will Shoot.
Heard about this movie, at least the title, but I don't think I've ever.
What?
It's basically Sylvester Stallone plays like a LA detective. His mom comes into town to visit him, and of course she's like, oh, shows off your baby pictures to all the females. And you're just like, Mom, stop embarrassing me. When I was a kid, I actually liked it because I thought the action was good and stuff. And then of course I love my mom, so I'm like, I want my mom to be my partner in crime. You know what I mean? Why did I watch this movie? Oh my god, no! It's so bad.
It's not even funny.
Not even funny. The jokes are just horrible. And there's like a scene that got to me, that made me cringe so hard. Is like whenever she was holding a gun, and because she's a tiny little old woman,
She's holding it like this. She's like, this.
Yeah.
She's like, stop! I'll shoot.
and that's the thing though. And he even says that in the line. It's a bad guy running away. Stop! Or my mom will shoot. I'm just like, oh god, stop.
And that's when the credits
I don't
rolled
understand though. You should have made it a pick.
Maybe in the long run. Maybe after a while you guys forget what I said today. Maybe we'll see. But what about you, Robert? What have you been watching?
In the lead up to this week's new movie, Tenet, I've watched all of Christopher Nolan's movies. Going back and watching like his progression through his movies was pretty cool. And I love him. So I've been all like in Christopher Nolan mode for a while now.
Name them so I could be like.
Okay, so it's Following, Memento, Insomnia, Batman Begins, The Prestige, The Dark Knight, Inception, The Dark Knight Rises, Interstellar, and Dunkirk. Yeah, it's 10.
Okay.
And then it wrapped up with Tenet. I was ready. I was like, I've studied all I know. Like, I've seen his career. I was like, that fucking Memento guy. You know, I'm ready for whatever he's gonna bring. So.
Okay, not counting the one we saw, obviously, but which one is the best?
That's really hard. I mean, you could ask me, like, if you ask me now to an hour, it'll probably change. But if I had to say from this rewatch, I'd probably say Dunkirk.
Dunkirk, huh?
Wow.
Yeah.
I remember. Okay, a quick story. If you're listening, shout out to Kevin. But I remember I was working with him, right? And we used to work together. And like he told me, because we were like talking about movies, and he's like, you know which one's my favorite movie right now? It's Dunkirk. Like I started crying, man. And I was like, really? And he's like, yeah, like it really got me. And I never forgot that. So
Anyways, Gio, what have you been watching?
Kind of rewatching this season of Mandalorian. So like on Friday,
The new season?
So, like, yeah,
Okay.
rewatching it.
is it better than the first season?
I can say it is.
Yeah?
I
Yeah.
feel like it is.
Look at Robert, like I don't know. Question.
No, I mean, I would say they're equal.
I
Well,
love all
like
my
the-
children the same.
Yeah.
I love the way they film it. I didn't know they filmed it the way they did.
Yeah.
So
I will
Yeah.
say the visual effects in this latest season,
better.
fucking amazing. It's like the
Man.
first one you could tell, okay, it's TV, okay, the effects like not as good as like they did it in After Effects, okay, whatever. This season, man, they must have poured all the money into that shit. 'Cause
Really?
it's fucking stunning.
They
dude.
got
Like,
all the money from the first season. Cause
I don't know what they did, man, but I was like, what? Like, how did they do that? Like the visual effects, like you could tell, like there's a leap from TV to movies, right?
Disney
I don't
did
think
spend
that
a lot of
I don't think that exists anymore. Like the
True.
money's going here, you know.
So fun. I wish we could work there, you know? Like, oh, you get an episode, you get an episode. Like, that would be so
Go to the
cool.
comment section to get all of our resumes. In case
It's a dream.
See,
That
if you're
would be a
listening.
dream. And it's
But-
Star Wars, like, it would be a dream. That would be a dream.
And you know, it's not
Mhm.
if you could take this as inspiration. Robert Rodriguez, we all know his story, right?
Right.
Went down to make
Mhm.
a movie in Mexico by himself with like one friend. He directed an episode in The Mandalorian. Like, how cool is
Yep.
that, man?
It's the
Like,
fucking coolest.
so it's not out of the realm of possibility. Like, it may be 10 years.
The guy that's behind this is Jon Favreau,
Yeah.
like
That's
the dude that
weird.
freaking directed Swingers.
Yeah.
Oh,
That is weird.
that is true. Swingers, kind of like that's
Yeah, like he went from like being a small kind of kind of small indie filmmaker to like, dude, he's heading this multi-million-dollar show.
it's
for
because he did Iron Man,
Disney.
right?
Dude, may
Yeah.
we all have that career glow up. Amen.
Oh, who's next? America?
Oh yeah, sure. What did I watch? Oh, I watched on Netflix. There's this movie. I think it's a Netflix original called I'm No Longer Here, and it's from Mexico. It's so good. It came out last year, and I can't believe I've never heard about it. It's about those like Colombianos from Mexico, and so they're like they dress like the punk kids from here, but they listen to cumbias.
East LA punks.
Yeah, essentially think of someone like from East LA or something. And so they have their little dance crews and stuff, and they're kind of like little like wingsters. And so one of the kids kind of ends up getting in trouble there, so he ends up coming to New York. And it's so cool. Like, it's such a vibey movie, and like, I mean, the music is so good. Like, you're gonna be bumping this shit like after you watch the movie. It's so fucking good.
Oh, I've been watching Big Mouth. Remember that show?
The animated show on Netflix.
Yeah, dude, it's so good. You guys watched it before?
I
I've never
watched
seen it, no.
I watched
You watched it? It's so good, man. It's like
It
really
is.
funny. It's dirty as fuck, but I don't know. It's animation.
I have to say, I think the first season was like, you can just call it dirty, like that show is just dirty. But this season is kind of cool. Like it's got like I don't know.
It's always
It
been like
grew up a
it's the
bit?
fourth season. It's the fourth.
What? This is the fourth season? I thought this was the second.
No, it's the
Oh,
fourth. And yeah, like the story is the same, so you follow it, and so many comedians come out. So if you look it up,
Every possible comedian.
yeah,
ever.
it's just like right there, a cameo, and it's really funny. So if you guys want to take a watch and have some laughs,
All I have for you is a word. Tenet. It'll open the right doors, some of the wrong ones too. Use it carefully.
Tennis. Last time it was no tennis.
One of these bullets is like us, traveling forwards through time. The other one's going backwards. Can you tell which is which? How about now?
Why does it feel so strange?
You're not shooting the bullet. You're catching it.
Whoa.
Tenet, directed by the popular, most famous Batman director, Christopher Nolan. Of course, he's not known for the Batman trilogy, but come on, let's just say that some kids, teenagers out there just see him as the Batman guy. There you go.
Gio.
Robert, explain more about the movie for me.
Should I? If I can.
Like,
How did that happen?
Yeah, so it's obviously Tenet. It's available on home video now. You could buy it still in theaters somewhere where it's safe,
Yeah.
or you could rent it like online.
No, you can only buy it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh
Gotta
shit!
get red box.
All right, let me go back and type. Buy it online. It's written and directed by Christopher Nolan, and it stars John David Washington and our new favorite, Robert Pattinson, right? And it's about John David Washington plays this protagonist who gets recruited by like this mysterious agency, I don't know, to find like this Russian terrorist who seems to be able to control or go back in time and take objects back in time. I don't know. I couldn't really follow. I mean, I'll go first since obviously, you know, I've been watching all the Christopher Nolan movies. So obviously I'm a huge fan. So I'll go first. I gotta say, I am an out.
oh no.
I love the opening
Nolan will
scene.
be really disappointed.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Chris. Yeah, I love the opening scene. It's pure Nolan, right? His opening scenes are always like explosive, but once you get past that, it really turns into like this wannabe James Bond movie. You know, he's like a James Bond type going around the world, trying to find the bad guy. So yeah, this didn't really have that Chris Nolan magic, you know, that I really enjoy. That is until they got to the sci-fi element.
Mhm.
Once you get there, then they explain everything and you start to understand it more. Then you become a little bit more of a participant in the movie. And then all of a sudden those set pieces that you thought were boring are now a little bit more interesting and they're more engaging. And by the end, I was so into it, man. I was like really engaged and I was like glued to my seat. Normally, like when I watch movies at home, like it's really easy to like wander off, go on the phone. But I was fucking like lasered into the movie. I was fucking enjoying it so much. And I fucking loved it, dude. I'm in. I'm sorry. I kind of took like the backwards approach to that review, but I know the movie's not without its flaws, but like if you are ready for like this ride, like it's so goddamn entertaining. And it made me miss the movie theater so much. I was like in tears. Like I wish I was watching this in the theater. I think for me, Nolan delivered again. I don't know how he did it. I'm sorry I doubted him for like that first hour or so, but because like the movie, the movie, because like the movie's like a palindrome itself, right? Like it works that way, you know. But I fucking thoroughly enjoyed this. I watched it twice already, man. Ricardo, I know you're like mixed on Christopher Nolan, so what did you think?
No, because I've seen it before, you know.
Oh yeah, that's right, yeah.
So this movie, Nolan is like LeBron, right? He's like the best right now. He's like right now at this moment, he's too good. Whatever he comes out with is probably gonna be like too good. But like you said, the environment was not good for me. You know, like it's my house. I miss the theater so much, and this movie has to be watched in theater. You cannot watch it in the car and then the fucking drive-in. You cannot watch it like that. So I have to go with an out. I'm sorry. Yeah, it sucks because of where I'm at. Like I'm not focused and I couldn't be focused. Like it's not his fault. It's not the movie's fault, whatever. It's my environment's fault, you know, and it sucks because this movie is an environment movie. I think you need to watch it in theaters. You have to.
You know what? I totally agree with both you and Robert. You know, like this movie's meant to be in the theater. Of course, you can tell he shot through IMAX and all that, you know, and you know what? I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm an in. I did not hate my time watching it. It's Christopher Nolan's really good at not only at visuals, but like pointing things out to make you wonder, like why would you do that? And you think it's mistakes, but it's not a mistake. It builds up to something, and I like that. I like that he does that. John David Washington, I know he's known as Denzel's son. I never knew he was Denzel's son. I knew him as the guy from Ballers, the show I actually liked watching from HBO. He's really good in this movie. I actually did not hate him. I did not, you know, I to be honest though, I would rather have him as the lead than Robert Pattinson, even though I liked him too in this movie.
Are you saying that you would rather have the attention of the popularity on John David Washington?
Oh, okay,
Yes.
okay.
That's okay.
Sorry. Thank
That
you.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's what I meant. Either way, I had a good time visually. I mean, I know there were some moments you kind of like got bored, but at the end, like towards the end, it just got better and better. And especially the fighting scenes when they go back and forth in time, I was like, what? How? Like, why? Gio, you, Mr. Batman, only know him as a Batman guy. What do you think?
I'll start off with I'm an in. It's good. I think I was trying to pay attention, as much attention as I could, just because like, was it because yeah, all his like, you know, Nolan's known for having very kind of complex stories. In this movie, he's tackling one of the most hardest complex things ever with time. And this one, they literally talk about cause and effect on how it's not always the case because, you know, they're able to do what they're able to do in this movie. The whole thing is that they can kind of do stuff in inverted or in reverse. So it's just like, why are they doing that? And it's like in that, I was just kind of questioning, I guess, more the actual physics of it than anything else. So I was just like,
you're all thinking about it. The movie just keeps going. You're like, oh, I missed a bunch of shit.
You're all doing like an equation, like, oh fuck, it's over.
Yeah, I'm in. Who's next? America?
You guys, this is my second time watching it. I'm gonna call it 1.5 because we saw it at the Paramount Drive-In. But I'm so confused. What the fuck did I watch? What the fuck happened and what the fuck was the point? I'm gonna give it, this is being very nice considering I don't know anything. I'm gonna be an out.
Alright,
But I'm so confused. Like, I guess I want to understand, and I think it's funny because you guys are like, oh, Christopher Nolan is so good at kind of like dropping hints or whatever. And I find these hints really obvious and really cheesy. I kind of don't like them because they don't mean, maybe because I don't understand the rest of it.
Maybe.
But I see these hints and I'm like, okay, why? Like they literally call that Washington guy, they literally call him the protagonist. Like, I hate this. I hate that. Why? Can you be like, ugh. I mean, maybe Christopher Nolan is great at whatever the fuck he's great at. I don't know.
Writing.
But he just, it's just, can you please give me a little creativity? And I also want to know, like, what is event number 0? Like, what is the one thing that was the point of anything? And I don't understand. Like, I really need somebody to explain to me, like, I'm 2 years old. What did I watch?
It's funny that you mentioned about Christopher Nolan because like he really does do that. Like his character's names is like Cobb in Inception. Cobb means thief, right?
Yeah.
Mal in Inception. Mal bad, right?
Yeah.
Dormer in Insomnia. His name is fucking Sleep. You know, like he's always like very on the nose. And you know, the movie is like it's very much like a jigsaw puzzle. It's like you don't see what it is until you get all the way to the end, because that's when you understand it all. But it's like I understand like the criticism because like a movie shouldn't be like that, right? A movie should tell you what it's doing as it's going, not giving you this piece over here, then this piece over here, and then at the end, oh, it's a fucking horse, you know? That's what it was. But I gotta say, like, even like I was very confused, like what the fuck. But then once I kind of understood it just a little bit, that's when I really started to enjoy it. And all the fucking the set pieces, then when you see them going like this, I was like, this is the most awesome thing I've ever seen. I will say Christopher Nolan as a writer does have his weaknesses because like he's always so like focused on like the science of it all, explaining right what's going on. That all the dialogue is it's expository, right? So he doesn't really build characters that you care about. They come off as cold. Like those aren't human beings. They're computers. You know?
Can I pause you there? Because you're saying like he's so involved in like the science. Yeah. But another obvious thing that he says, maybe in like the 10 to 15 minute mark, the scientist lady who brings Mr. Washington in is like, don't try to figure it out.
Just feel it.
That's just how to watch this movie, right?
And that's what I did. I didn't. Yeah.
But the little bullet thing, that's the first thing we see. What is it? Like, please.
So the Russian dude,
yeah,
he has technology that could reverse the entropy of an object or a person, right? So imagine like you drop something, you break it, right? Yeah. If you reverse that, it puts itself back together, right? So that object is essentially moving back in time. So when they do that, they could go back in time essentially. So there's like when they say like, oh, we got attacked by 2 teams, one that was going forward, one that was going backward, right? So this team sees everything happen, right? They get to the time machine, go in there, and now they know what's gonna happen, so they could attack it in reverse, right? Yeah. So when you have the like that last action scene, like the very end, like that was so cool to me. That you had the 2 fucking armies, like one going forward and reverse. Like that was so fucking awesome, dude. I was like, oh my god. Now I have seen it twice. I did kind of understand it enough to know that, but on the second time, it was like, okay, I understand a little bit more now because I was still confused. If you don't like that, then if you don't like the sci-fi, then this movie's gonna seem boring to you, right? Because it doesn't have much else. You don't really care about what's going on, right? Yeah. Like the bad guy, Kenneth Branagh, like he's kind of cartoonish and like all the little things he does, like whatever. It's not that compelling, you know?
Yeah, and then like I remember that's what I was saying too, that like his character is like, I guess he has like, he's supposed to be like a smart ass or something, right? But like they don't make him like his lines are not that good.
Yeah, the character work is not the best. Yeah.
Too. They are very like one-dimensional,
Yeah. So. I did love his performance though. Like Our Path is like my new favorite. I did love John David Washington though. I thought he was really great in this. He's like the one person who did, like, even with the lack of character development, he did bring enough for me to care about him, you know?
But that's the thing. That's why I said that, like, and my out is I can't say I'm in when I don't even like I didn't watch it right.
Yeah, in your eyes, you haven't really seen it yet.
No, I haven't. That's the thing.
But I will say, like I've made no secrets. I love the action genre. So this movie is for me. And the reason why I'm a little bit more high on it is like to see something so unique in the genre. Like who would have like
Dude.
I thought I was ready. Like I
Yeah,
said,
it's
I
like what
watched
you
his film.
just said.
I was like, okay, Nolan, you've shown me a movie in reverse chronology. You split up time. You slowed down time. I'm ready for you, bro. Like, what are you gonna throw at me? And he's like, hold my
Come
beer.
at me.
And I was
Come
like,
at
what
me,
the?
bro.
Now you're fucking literally going like forwards and backs at the same time. I was like, I'm not as dumb as Gino, but even me, I was like,
I think you have to use an example here. Gino,
I've been prepping that joke for a while. And like even if you don't like the movie, whatever, you don't get into it, the set pieces are so cool. Like, come on, seeing a 747 crash into a fucking side of a building, like that's the most awesome thing I've ever seen. I got it just like right there. I could have left. I'm done.
Like the fighting scenes, the backwards thing, everything.
Dude, that's a one, like, because I watched like the making of, right? And you see like the tech, they didn't just reverse film.
No, I know.
They actually performed it forwards and backwards and mixed the two together. Like it's
no,
so
it's
crazy.
Not true. It's not
Yeah.
true. And I was like, yeah, dude. That's why.
Oh man, it's so awesome. And
Come
then
on,
like
that's
the
what I said.
editor, it's funny, like the editor talked about it and she's like, dude, getting the fight sequence in the airport is the first sequence she edited. It's like, you imagine getting like 4 different versions of it at once and having to cut together.
Well, I'm pretty sure that's
It's like it's insane, man. Like
Oh well, we got 3 ins and 2 outs. Sure, America. I feel like you're delete. I don't know.
No, I mean,
might switch one day.
I
might switch.
No, because I think it wasn't bad. I was definitely entertained. I think it was interesting enough, even if it all went over my head. But I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. So
it was
I'm
engaging enough for her.
And my out might switch to an in one day in the future. Maybe.
maybe it already did.
Maybe.
Oh.
I'm in, guys.
What? You're not going home?
I'm going home, but so is Foster and his new girlfriend.
What if you bring a date?
Oh, yes. Cool. I'll just go get a date real fast.
I've never written romance.
Have your characters do everything on that list. This one just has to be set in Louisiana.
So, who asked who out?
I did.
Oh, look, there's mistletoe. Now you got a kiss.
And my pick is The Christmas Contract. And of course, I think this is an actual Hallmark movie that happens to be in Amazon Prime. So this movie's about a single woman who has to go back to Louisiana, where her family's from, to spend Christmas with them. But of course, her ex-boyfriend, who has a new girlfriend, is gonna be there. So she wants to go with someone to like make him jealous, I guess, or whatever. It doesn't make
maybe.
Sounds like a holiday to me, but with a better actress. That being said,
and with the contract.
Basically, and of course, the guy she goes with is her best friend's brother, who happens to be a writer who got assigned to make a love story about Christmas in New Orleans, I guess, or Louisiana. So he takes that as, oh my God, I'll go with you if you make a contract. So if I go with you, blah blah blah. So yeah, they contracted to go on this weird holiday, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I watched it with your guys' Christmas style goggles that I talked about last week, because I'll 100% tell you straight up, the normal Gino would say, fuck this movie, it's way beyond delete.
Oh,
but I can say this, I am in a high out. High out. That's not an out, not a low out, not a delete, a high out, like close to an in. I almost, you know what? It's not a bad movie. It's not a bad, it's one of those movies I'm able to fold close and not have to watch it and listen to it clearly to enjoy it. But I can understand enough when I go back, oh, that's what's going on. Got it. I didn't miss anything. But there is one thing I did nitpick, and I was kind of getting like, why was that the big essential part? We'll get to it because I know we're gonna talk spoilers. So the movie's not that important to not spoil. So I'm gonna leave that later. But I wanted to see about you, Ricardo, because you are super excited.
Yeah, this is not Tenet. So you don't need fucking
need a brain.
you just you just go in there with your Christmas hat and your little coffee and you're just watching. You're just
Coco.
like,
Your champurrado.
hey, is that the guy from Dazed and Confused? Yeah, it is. Oh, yeah, all right, wow. That's fun. I'm an in on this movie.
Okay.
You have to put the goggles on though. You have to.
No, you have to put the hat on, the Christmas hat.
Yeah, the hat and the goggles. They have to come in because obviously this movie is like, you know what's gonna happen. How's it gonna happen though? Let's go to that journey.
Okay.
You don't hate these characters. You're just like, all right, whatever, like what's gonna be the conflict? And it was something so simple and it's dumb, but you know what? I was entertained and it went so fast and I was like, what? I want more. It's really, they're kissing already? No, So, all right, well, whatever. Gio, what did you think?
I'm in.
High five.
Like,
what?
This one is a little bit more of like an actual movie, not like the one I picked last week. Was it that Christmas Catch? Like this one, the other one was like super cheesy. This one's got like the perfect amount of cheese, where it's like, where it's just like you know what you're gonna like, you know what you're expecting. It's like your typical kind of love story or whatever. They're gonna fall in love. It's just like, you're just like, all right, let's see how they're gonna do it this time. It wasn't cringy or anything like the other movies were. So it was nice, entertaining. It's one where like you could just watch and that's it. But yeah, I'm in. All right, America?
I don't know. I'm gonna have to go with an out.
Okay.
It's like, it's weird because you're right, Gio. This is like a movie. It's weird to say because this is a Hallmark movie.
Yeah.
But it's a movie? Like this had like a little bit of story in it.
Right.
As simple as it was, it did have that. It was kind of thought through. But I don't know about the right amount of cheese. I still thought, even with my Christmas hat on, I guess maybe it's a little too much for me because this movie took itself a little seriously. Not only kind of in its production value, which I actually was happy about, but it did take itself too seriously that like I wanted more fun and more giggles and I wanted to laugh at the characters. But this one I just kind of cringed at them a little bit.
Okay.
So I have to, because it wasn't fun. It wasn't silly. I didn't have any like little giggles in there. So I have to be an out. Not delete just because it surprised me that it was an actual movie.
It's funny because I've been watching all these movies with the goggles. Like I've been enjoying this whole ride up until this.
Really?
That's what you said about the last one.
Yeah. So this to me is the first delete.
Oh,
really?
Yeah, I think America kind of hit the nail on the head. Is that yes, we've seen the premise. Obviously, we've seen it. We know it's gonna happen, right? But we're not watching for that. We're watching for the cheese, the Christmas stuff, But the fact that it didn't really have that. It did take itself more seriously. Then it didn't really. To me, that's why it didn't have the value, right? Then that's why it got boring.
Yeah.
It's like the other ones were bad, yes, but they were goofy or they were super, super campy and bad, right?
Okay.
So that's why I got value out of it. But this one was like, okay, you're not giving me the cheese, you're not giving me the goofiness. Like now it just becomes boring,
Yeah.
You mentioned the actors. It's like that. It's like it's the same premise as Hollidate, but like with these community college actors that are just so fucking boring and unlikable. And it's like I have no interest in them, or even like if they fall in love. I know they're gonna fall in love, obviously. Fine. And also, I don't know if you guys know this, but what was up with the sound mix on this one? It sounded like they were in a tin can.
Right? Okay, I can
Like,
agree with that.
It's like did they get like a New York Film Academy student to mix the sound on this? Because it was so bad.
You know what? I agree, dude. I thought I was watching it through my phone, so I thought my phone speaker.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. I thought the same thing because I was watching it on my laptop, right? I was like, what the fuck? And then I had to pause it, and then I picked it up on my TV, and I was like, oh no, it's a movie. It's like, what the fuck is up with this?
It was fine.
But Robert, actually, you know what? I think you're reminding me. Yeah, this is like, I have to give an actual opinion. Like, and despite having the Christmas hat on, I think I want to delete because I know that it
You delete it?
Yeah, I'm deleting.
Oh,
Deleted.
Because I mean, sure, it impressed me for like actually trying.
Yeah, and that's the
But it
problem,
wasn't
right?
good.
Yeah.
If you're trying, like, give me the Grinch or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, this is a delete. I mean, sure, if you are into Christmas movies, maybe you'll like this one, maybe you'll appreciate it. But
If
this
you're
just,
from Louisiana, maybe.
yeah, maybe. But just as a, or maybe if you're from Burbank and you like, recognize streets and shit. But just no.
I did.
This one just I guess because this really was like a Hallmark movie, right? Because you could see the act breaks, right? Like when they would go to commercial.
Terrible production, like the
yeah. So I think maybe we went a bit too far.
No,
yeah.
We went too authentic.
Because then it has no value. It has really no value.
We went
you
to
know?
the spot
If
where-
you're gonna be bad, be bad. Be Dolly Parton bad.
No. This was the perfect way to end it because it is like the super Hallmark movie, you know.
In that way, in that sense, it really is, right? Because this is the real thing, you know.
The real-
We've been watching like a Canada movie. We've been watching Netflix movies, you know. Like we finally got the real thing with this.
Within the style of.
Yeah.
And this is what I was expecting the whole time when we were doing this. I was expecting a movie just like this.
And
That doesn't
saved it
bother
for
me.
last.
Yes, and it doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me at all. I was just like, oh, I know.
Let me bring up what I picked and it really bothered me. Even till now, I'm thinking about it just because it bothered me. So of course, they're a fake relationship. They do a bonfire. The ex-boyfriend's there with his family because his family's best friends with her family. There's a part where, like, of course, the ex-boyfriend's girlfriend leaves because they had a big fight. I don't care what it was a fight about. She just left. In this little bonfire thing, he approaches her and he tells her, "I want to get back with you. We're perfect for each other. We knew each other since we were kids." You know, the usual fucking ex-boyfriend excuse to get back. And then, of course, her reason to not get with him is because her question, "What's my favorite tea?" And then, of course, he goes, "Oh, it's chai." And she goes, "No, it's oolong." Because you know why? The fucking fake boyfriend knows it's oolong. But what bothers me is that no one in Louisiana would have oolong fucking tea. Dude, how would he? Yeah. Well, how would he know you like oolong if he hasn't seen you for years?
Yeah.
It sounds like there was a long time they were broken up. Like,
I don't think it
you
was
would
that
have
long.
liked it after you broke up. So how would he know? So that's the stupidest question to make you realize he's not the one because this fucker nerdy ass fucking writer does.
No, the whole point of that, as cheesy as it is that the other guy noticed the little things, right?
Yeah.
And that's what means that he cares about her.
It's so funny, dude. I was like, damn, this is terrible. But it's cool.
It's terrible, but it's fun.
Fine. I was like, fine. America's sister would love it.
She would, yeah.
Apparently, she would love all
those
these
movies.
Oh, we need her on this show. We need like
I would watch it with her because I know she
You
would have a good
should
time.
watch it with
High five her and be like, there you go. See?
There, she finally got her man.
Yeah, I mean, like I wanted to say this, like, to kind of wrap up the Christmas thing.
Oh,
like,
yes, thank you.
Like, I had never seen any of these style movies before, you know?
Yeah.
And now I understand why they exist, right? They're just to warm you up during the Christmas time. Put them on, don't pay attention, you know? So now I think moving forward, I am going to watch, not this one, obviously, but I am going to watch these style movies because the Netflix ones seem to be really entertaining because they have more of that cheese that I enjoyed and all this. I'm going to watch, you know,
Better quality too.
The Christmas Switch, you know, all those Christmas Switch 2, Switched again.
Maybe by next Christmas we'll have Switch, Princess Switch.
Yeah,
whatever.
so I understand now. And literally, they make like 1 billion of these every year. So there's obviously like a huge market for them, right? And I get it. I totally get it.
Yeah, and then like it's supposed to make you feel good, you know?
Yeah,
like, for the holidays. So
you're not wrong.
It's good. I always watch the whole like show, the cartoons. You know how they always have the Christmas specials.
Me too.
I mean, you can still watch like the classic Christmas, like Home Alone and all that. Those are for evening
Well, I've
time.
been watching that.
Those are the ones you really watch. These, it's like you're home, you're on vacation or whatever. You know,
This is why you're wrapping gifts.
This is why you're wrapping it while you're folding clothes. You know.
No, I have to agree, Robert. I'd never watched. I mean, my sister likes these movies, so I know that they exist, but I've never sat down and watched one. So I guess I kind of understand that they're kind of funny.
That's a good time.
I don't know that I'll ever like.
No, you will.
Watch these again.
Yes, you will.
I guess it's a new tradition.
And then it's thanks to you guys for wanting to do this, and we did it. So that's why.
Gio, actually.
Gio.
Yeah.
Producer here.
You can.
Hey, you know that like it's Christmas time. What are you guys gonna watch?
Time.
Yeah, like so. What is the Christmas movie you guys are for sure gonna watch, or what do you guys usually watch?
I actually, yeah, that's always there. But Die Hard is like my number one, and Die Hard 2. But this year, I'm gonna rewatch Home Alone because I've honestly haven't seen it in years.
Oh, really?
So yeah, like it's time now. It's gonna hit me different this year. You know?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm really looking forward to that. Dude. I'm really looking forward to it. I was like, it's like I made it a mission. Like I'm gonna watch Home Alone this year.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
You know what mine is?
Home Alone. I get it.
What is it?
Well, for a while it's been A Christmas Story, Die Hard, and of course Home Alone. But this year, Jingle All the Way, guys. Put the cookie down.
I love that movie. I always watch. Like I watch it in Christmas Eve every fucking year since it came out, and it's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, the Christmas special. I don't know if you guys ever seen it. It's like an hour-long special, and it's fucking hilarious every year.
For me, it's just been watch it multiple times because they marathon it. Yeah, Christmas Story has been always kind of like my brothers and I's go-to, and if it's on, if I can find it, Christmas Vacation.
National Lampoon's Christmas
Vacation.
I've never seen it.
Oh,
really?
Look at that.
Robert, you should do.
I know you and I haven't had the discussion yet, but no, I never seen it.
Robert, pretty funny.
I will because I'm getting into the Christmas spirit now, and I'm like, okay, what I need movies, I need stuff to, and not like these style cheesy, but like real movies, So yeah. I might give that a shot this year. America, what about you?
Oh yeah.
Oh, dude, I'm like the cheesiest shit ever. Like, I mean, not this.
Shrek Christmas special.
Dude, the Shrek Christmas special. That one that has all the DreamWorks people in it.
Charlie Brown.
That one, Charlie Brown, Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer, Home Alone. Literally anything that is not a Hallmark movie, but that isn't like crude. Dude, that's what I'm watching. Like, I'm watching it all.
Yeah, we got one more episode.
Yeah, one more episode.
Whatever, I'm not gonna be here for the next one. Bye.
Merry Christmas to all, guys.
Happy holidays.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas, happy holidays. Just in case. But our next movies, Robert, would you like to announce what's the next movies we're gonna watch before the end of the year?
Yeah, for our final episode of the year, there will be 2 brand new movies that are going direct to streaming. The first one being the Pixar movie Soul. It's premiering on Disney Plus on Christmas Day for free, no any extra charge. And over on HBO Max, Wonder Woman 1984.
I'm looking forward to those. Those 2 have been the biggest talk.
That's gonna be the real Christmas gift because they're premiering on Christmas.
Oh yeah.
Fuck all that Christmas shit. That's what I'm watching.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm super excited for Soul.
Please tune in for that episode, and hopefully you guys will watch it too with us and listen to us, see what we think. Please don't forget to follow us on Instagram, In-Out-Delete Reviews, Twitter @In-Out-Delete, and of course on YouTube, In-Out-Delete. Please click on the bell, subscribe, comment, tell us what we need to know. Other than that, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, be safe. Good night.
Safe holidays, everybody.
It's just floating.
Can't wait for the Taika Waititi movie or whatever.
Too. That's just a big mystery. I'm wondering what the heck it is.
I think I saw there was like a plot leak about his movie. Did you guys see that?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's like about like a kid that's in the Empire. He's like, oh fuck the rebels, and then his mom like hides like a rebel kid like in the house, and they have to hide her from the Empire,
So George.
Maybe if we didn't have a dog, if people weren't knocking on the door, if there wasn't a piece of truck going like beep, 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 beep,
oh, I know what you're talking about.
Carne asada.
High five, yeah.
They kind of make a reference to it that
Hey, doggy.
was it